Success breeds danger. Leo's speech had put him on the map, and now someone wanted him erased. They were walking through the Trajan Market, buying supplies for the journey north. The crowd was thick, a river of bodies. "Max," Leo whispered, tugging on Max's tunic. "That man over there, I know him." Max looked. A man with a broken nose was watching them. It was the leader of the Red Serpents, the gang Leo had stolen from. But he wasn't alone, and he wasn't looking for a debt repayment. He was holding a military-grade dagger. "Ambush!" Max yelled, shoving Leo behind a fruit stall. The market exploded into chaos. 6 men lunged from the crowd. The Thracian bodyguards Valeria had lent them proved their worth instantly, their curved swords cutting a defensive perimeter. But there were too many of them. "Get the boy!" the gang leader screamed. Max grabbed a heavy wooden pole from a collapsed tent. He didn't fight like a gladiator. He fought like a soldier. Efficient. Brutal. He cracked a kneecap, smashed a wrist, and drove the pole into a gut. "Leo, run! To the rooftops!" Max commanded. Leo scrambled up a trellis, his old thief skills kicking in. He vaulted onto the clay tiles of a bakery roof. An assassin followed him, knife in teeth. Leo slipped, sliding down the sloped roof. The assassin lunged. Bang! A bolt from a crossbow struck the assassin in the shoulder. He fell backward, tumbling into the street below. Max stood on a balcony opposite, holding the small, custom-made repeating crossbow he had built from sketches in his memory. "I told you," Max shouted over the gap. "Physics always wins." They caught the leader. Sylvia dragged him into a quiet alley. "Who paid you?" Max asked. "A street gang doesn't attack a patrician without a sponsor." The man spit blood. "I don't know his name. He wore a hood, but he had a scar on his cheek." Max and Sylvia exchanged a look. "Cassius, Antony is making his move," Sylvia said grimly. "He wants the heir dead before Caesar arrives." They couldn't stay in Rome. It was a kill box. Fortunately, fate intervened. A rider arrived that night, his horse foaming with exhaustion. He carried a letter, sealed with the imperial eagle. "Gaius Octavius," the letter read. "My campaign in Spain is concluded. Meet me in Brundisium. We march to Rome together. Julius Caesar." Leo went pale. "Meet him." "Max, I can't. He'll know. He'll take one look at me and know I'm not his nephew." "He hasn't seen Octavian in 4 years, Max reasoned, packing his bag. "Kids grow. They change. We'll tell him you've been sick, that the illness changed your appearance. It's a gamble, but it's better than waiting here for Cassius to finish the job." Max invited Helena to come with them. "I need a scholar," Max told her, "someone to help Leo understand Caesar's mind. And perhaps you need someone to talk to who doesn't solve problems with a sword?" Helena smiled, climbing into the carriage. They left Rome at dawn, slipping out the gates before the city woke. The road to Brundisium was long, but the real danger wasn't bandits or rough roads. The real danger was the old man waiting at the end of the journey. The man who had conquered Gaul. The man who was currently the master of the world. On the second night, Leo sat by the fire, poking the embers with a stick. "Max," he whispered, "what if I mess up? What if he kills me?" Max sat beside him. "Caesar values strength, Leo, and intelligence. He doesn't want a nephew. He wants a successor. Show him you understand power, and he won't care about the shape of your nose." "I never had a father," Leo said. "Now I have to pretend to be the son of a god." "You have a father," Max said, putting a hand on the boy's shoulder. "He's just from a different time." Leo looked at Max, and for a moment, the deception felt less like a lie and more like a bond.